Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in my hand I have a box of a little bit of a high-end Shimano for myself. It's really the mid-tier in the Shimano spinning reel lineup. We have the Stradic FM from Japan. This is a new Stradic released in 2023. This reel actually won the ICAST Best of Show in the spinning reel category. So that just tells you something about this reel. It is probably the most sought after, most popular, most fan favorite reel of this year. And I got my hands on two other 2500 size. I already sold them. This one is also sold, just pending. I just thought I'd do an unboxing and review and talk about it and show you guys how it looks like. I do think that there's a lot of potential in the 1000 size compared to a heavier 2500 or even 3000 for multi-species application, even ultralight applications. So yeah, let's get started. So to start out with, we have a gray box, pretty standard. Now for the Stradic FM, the 2023 version, we have the InfinityDrive technology trickle down from the Stella, and we have the InfinityCross. I'll talk about later what this really is. Yeah, let's just quickly look at the spec. So we have the HG model, which is a 6.0 to 1, 6-to-1 gear ratio. Pretty standard, not too fast, not too slow. For every turn of the handle, maximum retrieve, we have 30 inches. 7 pounds of drag. Nothing too crazy, but definitely enough for most of your freshwater applications. 6.5 ounces. This is what I'm most excited about because of its weight. You can do ultralight fishing, you can do ice fishing, you know, there's just a lot more applications for the 1000 size, and we have 6+1 6 bearings and 1 roller bearing. It's recommended, see, like for nylon. Yeah, there's only mono, no braided line capacity here, but it's got a decent spool. Yeah, so let's take a look at the reel out of the box. So obviously you got your, oh, that's a lot of paperwork. Schematic. Got your detailed schematic, user manual. You've got the handle wrapped. Okay. One piece screw-in handle, which is always the best. And the knob, the cap is a new cap design here. Very minimum side-to-side play. Very good. You know, out of all the things that I care about on a spinning reel, for example, Daiwa, for example, this one, a Fuego, they've improved. Everything's smooth, but they just got this. Can you hear that? On the water, you probably don't feel it, but it's just annoying that they can't get this straight. And they can't shim it right. So, yeah, shout out to Shimano for making a nice handle. What else is in the box? Obviously the reel. And we have a little package here. What's in here? Looks like some shim washers for your spool adjustment. And then I see this little piece here. I think that's for the replacement on the anti-twist fin on your line roller over here. That black piece. It's supposed to help manage your line better on slack line, so you don't get like wraps around the spool. Your line is always secured by this fin and the gap here. Look at that. I mean, I'm just gonna take a moment and just admire this beautiful reel. I absolutely love the diagonal cuts on the spool here. Looks like a T-Rex mark in the Jurassic World movie. Aluminum reel feels really solid in the hand. I'll put the handle on. So you just hold on to your rotor, screw in, and then give it a little snug twist. There we go. Very nice, very beautiful. Now, when you hold a Stradic in your hand, you're holding a machine that represents Shimano's spinning reel technology, a combination of most of the important technology. And I guess that's why people love the Stradic so much, because it's a mid-tier reel, $200, $250, $300 if you're in Canada. But people call it the little Stella, because you get a lot of features from the high-end reels for a cheaper price. Obviously made in Malaysia. Let's give it a spin. It's pretty smooth. I'm just trying to test out the startup inertia. You do feel a little resistance, but it's smooth all the way, and it's not super light to pick up. Just for comparison, I got another Shimano reel here. This is the Soare BB from 2022. This is like a equivalent to a Ultegra in North America. It has the Vanford body, but the rotor, let me see. Looks to me like the same rotor. Actually, this part looks a little different. Yeah, not the same rotor. Different for sure. But this is a 2000 size lightweight reel. Same size, pretty much same size as the Stradic. The 1000 and 2000 are the same body. The 2000 has a little bigger spool, a little bit tiny bigger rotor. But for some reason, I feel like the Soare is just a tiny bit easier to start up. I've been using this reel for ultralight trout fishing and ice fishing. I still have ice braid on there. But yeah, well, this reel is definitely broken in, so it's caught fish. I've reeled it under load, so it's broken in. It's smooth. Now the brand new Stradic. Yeah, you know what? Smoothness and pickup pretty similar. Okay, let's hear the drag cap sound. Very easy to turn, crisp, and then, oh yeah, the bail clicks. And there's no mushy feeling. When you open the bail, it stays open, locks in place. Very nice. The spool. Oh yeah. I love loud and metallic sound. Very pleasant. I'm gonna bring out the Daiwa again. The one big thing I don't like about Daiwa, even from budget end to the exist, they have very silent drag sound. The new LTs, the 2023 LTs, fixed that issue. Very good. I'll do a review on it. Can't wait. But pleasant sound on the drag. So overall, this reel, the FM looks very similar to the FL. You have a silver chrome with a little black, majority silver, very shiny under lighting, very handsome reel, and you got that new spool design, futuristic look, very cool. And like I said, this reel is a aluminum frame reel. In your hand, it's just very solid, especially in smaller size reels. When you hold a solid reel, it's an awesome feeling. Obviously, the new Stradic FM features a lot of Shimano spinning reel technologies, but I'm gonna just focus on 3 new features for this Stradic. So we have the InfinityCross, the InfinityDrive, and the new Durocross drag. So let's start out with InfinityCross. This is a new gear set or gear mesh design or gear teeth design on the pinion gear and the main gear where they make contact. So this new gear mesh design distributes load on the main gear more evenly, so your pinion gear teeth is not just wearing on one spot on the main gear teeth. What that translates to is the longevity of the gear sets. So this feature will make the Stradic FM more durable. I mean, the Stradic and most of the Shimano, even on the budget end, is known for durability and longevity. That's why people just love Shimano reels. Yeah, I bet you this reel can last you another 10, 15, 20 years even if you maintain it properly. Next up is the InfinityDrive technology. This is a trickle-down technology from the flagship model, the Stella. Made it into this new Stradic. I'm going to take off the spool and explain. So in most spinning reels, you have a main shaft running all the way through the spinning reel down to the gearbox. It's responsible for oscillation. So your spool moving up and down when you're turning the handle to retrieve line. And this main shaft runs through the pinion gear, right? Pinion gear has a tubular inside, so it runs through it. On a lot of spinning reels, the main shaft is supported by the inner space of the pinion gear. And because of that inner space between the shaft and the tube, there could be some play sometimes, especially when you're finding a fish. Let's say a fish pulls line out, your spool starts spinning, the drag going, and the spool sometimes can be tilted a little bit. Let's say the fish is pulling that way, your spool can be tilted, and your spool can be bent just a tiny bit. So what that does is that your main shaft is making contact with the inner tube of the pinion gear, creating more friction, a resistance on the wind. Just to show you an example, this is the Daiwa Revros LT. This is a budget end model in Daiwa LT's lineup. It's about $50-$60. It's a great option for anyone who has a budget mind. But I'm going to show you here. The main shaft is kind of secured by this retaining nut on the rotor, but there's nothing really in between. There's no bushing, there's no bearing to fulfill that space. So you still have a little bit of gap. So when the fish pulls, it's probably at a microscopic level, but you will feel it on the handle when you crank. There can be resistance. The InfinityDrive technology eliminates that issue by placing a low friction bushing just underneath this water sealing cap around the main shaft. And moreover, the main shaft is now made with what they call a proprietary low friction coating. So it's not really making contact with the pinion gear. If it does, it's very low friction. So when you're winding under load, it just feels the same like when you're winding without load. Everything is kept in alignment in one axial. So yeah, that helps with the smoothness, the longevity of your gear sets, your main shaft, and yeah, that's just an overall better reeling experience. Next up, we have the Durocross drag. What it is that they're using a new drag washer material underneath this retaining metal piece. So traditionally, you have mainly two types of drag washers. One, you have felt washer, and then the carbon washer. A lot of people prefer carbon washer because it lasts longer, it's more powerful, but me personally, I find that carbon washers are not as smooth as felt washer. So the new Durocross drag washer material combines the best of both worlds. It has a new woven pattern that makes the drag stronger and will last longer. I'm very excited about this because I fight fish mainly using the drag. I don't like to, lock my drag down and use a rod to horse it in. I like to play it, and it just creates more entertainment when you're fighting a fish on a drag. So you can probably already tell with the new 3 technologies, the emphasis is on durability, power, smoothness, longevity. And that has been the core value of Shimano spinning reels. They might not be the lightest, especially in budget to mid-tier end. I think Daiwa has the edge over Shimano nowadays. But when it comes to longevity, workhorse reel, that's what Shimano is known for. And these 3 features just makes it even better. Another new feature that Shimano brought into this new Stradic FM is the anti-twist fin under the line roller. This is just a polymer or plastic piece that you insert in this area because there's a replacement. You can take it off, you can put it on, depending on your needs and applications. But let's say you're fishing open water, you're casting, right? You finish the cast, you're about to close the bail. You have loose line around your spool. What this little feature does is catches the line, the loose line, making sure that it's not looping around, let's say, the bottom of the spool, making a mess on your line management. So just a nice little touch that might solve you some headaches. For me, I'm selling this reel, but if I were to use this reel, obviously for multi-species, even ultralight applications, but most importantly, I think this is a great ice fishing reel because of the size and weight and the line capacity. When you're ice fishing, this is the first area to have ice forming around your line roller. Because there's such a little space there, it's just not going to work. It's going to be, you might end up having frozen line and line breakage. So I would take this piece off when you're ice fishing, and you're not casting with it, so line management isn't an issue. And finally, why do I want to use or prefer a 1000 size Stradic? Well, I'm going to measure the weight on the spot here. What does that say? 186. So that's about 6.5 ounces. Super lightweight for an aluminum reel. 6.5 is really in that ultralight realm. A lot of you guys use Shimano Sienna 500 for ice fishing, and this thing weighs exactly the same, but in a bigger frame. So when you have a small reel for ultralight fishing, if the body, the rotors are made out of graphite, sometimes you can feel flexing on the stem, on the handle, and on the rotor when you, let's say, accidentally hook into a big fish. And that's not a good feeling. You feel like your reel is about to break or something. But with the 1000 size aluminum reel like this one, it's very strong, but remaining lightweight, rigid at the same time. That's a really good feature, and this thing is not big, like fits in my hand nicely. It's great for traveling and multi-species fishing. And obviously the 1000 size Shimano makes for a great ice fishing reel. Walleye, pike, panfish, even lake trout, it can do it all. You don't need a lot of line when you're dropping your line straight down the hole. You're not casting with it. So yeah, this is a great option. Now, price. and where you can buy this reel. Obviously, this is a global model, meaning that you can buy it anywhere in the world. You can buy it from Japan, Asia, Australia, Europe, obviously North America. There are some differences in models, like I know in Asia you can get shallow spool and 2000 size, but here in America and Canada, we don't have that shallow spool option. Now guys, don't buy from retail if you want to save money. Obviously you can buy from retail, you can go in the store and try it out. If you're happy with it, decide to buy it. But I got it from Japan, from Digitaka. I know a lot of the Japanese export shops, they have this for lower price. You can get it for $20 to $40 lower than the North American MSRP. So I posted the two reels, the two 2500 size reels on Facebook Marketplace, and it's gone within a day. People just love Stradic, and I don't blame them. It's a wonderful reel. It's looking sharp. I think it looks better than the Stella with this chrome finish and silvery looking with the new cuts. That's just so cool, man. That's gonna be it for the video. Just a quick unboxing, initial impression of this reel before I let it go. Yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more gear review videos in the future. I have a lot in stock. I just don't have time to film and edit. And obviously spring is coming. Expect some epic walleye pike fishing early spring videos. All right, I'll see you next time on T10 Outdoors. Peace.